Chancellor Rachel Reeves is preparing emergency support measures as heating oil costs surge across Britain, hitting vulnerable households hardest. The Treasury chief announced her department is actively examining different options to shield families from soaring energy bills that threaten to push more people into fuel poverty this winter. Heating oil prices have skyrocketed due to global supply chain pressures and geopolitical tensions, affecting approximately 1.5 million UK homes that rely on oil heating, predominantly in rural areas. Reeves emphasized the government's commitment to protecting the most vulnerable households from what she described as an unsustainable financial burden. The crisis particularly impacts elderly residents and low-income families in remote communities who have limited alternative heating options. This emergency intervention reflects growing international concern about energy security and affordability as nations worldwide grapple with volatile fuel markets. The Chancellor's announcement signals potential targeted subsidies or expanded support schemes could be unveiled within days as winter approaches and demand peaks. Hereditary peers facing extinction in the House of Lords are mounting a desperate campaign to secure their political survival as the Conservative Party deliberates which 15 members to retain in a controversial compromise arrangement. The centuries-old system of inherited parliamentary seats faces its biggest threat in decades, with reformers demanding complete abolition of hereditary representation in Britain's upper chamber. Currently, 92 hereditary peers sit in the Lords, but this compromise deal would slash that number to just 15, forcing a brutal selection process among Conservative hereditary members. The peers argue their historical knowledge and independence from party politics provides valuable parliamentary scrutiny, while critics dismiss them as undemocratic relics of Britain's aristocratic past. This power struggle reflects broader international debates about democratic legitimacy and whether inherited political privilege has any place in modern governance systems. Similar hereditary systems have been dismantled across Europe, making Britain increasingly isolated in maintaining aristocratic parliamentary representation. The final Conservative selection could determine whether this ancient institution adapts or faces complete elimination in future reforms. Women across Britain are breaking decades of silence to reveal their profound regret about becoming mothers, describing parenthood as an inescapable trap that destroyed their former lives and identities. In candid interviews with the BBC, mothers shared their experiences of overwhelming pressure, lost personal freedom, and grief for the lives they once knew before children arrived. These testimonies challenge society's fundamental assumptions about maternal instinct and the supposed universal joy of motherhood, revealing the psychological toll of unrealistic parenting expectations. The women describe feeling constantly judged, exhausted beyond measure, and unable to express their true feelings without facing social condemnation or being labeled as failures. Mental health experts suggest these honest accounts reflect a broader crisis in how society supports new parents, particularly mothers who bear disproportionate childcare responsibilities. This phenomenon extends globally, with similar stories emerging from developed nations where women face intense pressure to balance careers, relationships, and perfect parenting standards. The revelations could reshape conversations about reproductive choices and the need for better parental support systems. Television critics are sharply divided over Claudia Winkleman's ambitious new chat show debut, which featured Hollywood star Jeff Goldblum, singer Vanessa Williams, comedy legend Jennifer Saunders, and comedian Tom Allen in its inaugural episode. The Strictly Come Dancing host's transition into primetime talk show territory has sparked intense debate about her interviewing style and the program's format, with some praising her quirky approach, while others question whether she can command the genre. Winkleman's distinctive presenting style, characterized by self-deprecating humor and unconventional questions, either charmed or frustrated viewers, depending on their expectations for celebrity interviews. The show's eclectic guest mix attempted to balance international star power with British comedy favorites, though critics remain split on whether this combination created compelling television or confused messaging. This launch reflects the BBC's ongoing struggle to create successful talk show formats that can compete with established international programs and streaming platforms. The broadcaster's investment in Winkleman's expanded role demonstrates their confidence in her unique presenting abilities, but audience ratings will ultimately determine whether critics' mixed reviews translate into viewer loyalty. Police have launched an urgent investigation after discovering a man's body in a wheelie bin, with initial evidence suggesting he died after being struck by a vehicle in circumstances that remain deeply mysterious. Detectives are desperately appealing for public assistance to identify the victim and determine exactly how and where the fatal incident occurred, as the case presents numerous unanswered questions about the timeline and location of events. The discovery has shocked the local community and prompted a comprehensive forensic examination of the scene, though police have not revealed specific details about where the wheelie bin was found or how long the body may have been concealed. Investigators believe the man was killed in a traffic collision, but the subsequent placement of his body in the bin suggests either a deliberate attempt to conceal evidence or highly unusual circumstances surrounding the incident. This case highlights the complex challenges facing modern policing when dealing with unidentified victims and potential hit-and-run incidents that cross multiple jurisdictions. The investigation's success depends heavily on public cooperation and forensic evidence as detectives work to piece together this disturbing puzzle.